Hey up, Sofa Squad. We are live. Welcome back to On the Sofa. And on the sofa with me this evening is Scientist Mel.
Hi.
Hi.
So, do you have like rules for being on the sofa with you? Is there are we socially distancing on the sofa? Are we sharing popcorn? What are we doing on the sofa?
Well, yes. Well, I guess we're socially distancing, and we're. I've had a beer,
Okay.
and so yeah,
Mhm.
and I see you've got a beverage there as well.
It is tea.
Okay.
Just iced tea. I know you Brits don't really do that.
We're beginning to do it.
You're getting there.
Yeah. My daughter loves iced tea.
I like it. I like iced green tea. It's really nice. It's light, not too heavy. It's cool.
Cool. Yeah, I really like Earl Grey.
Cold?
No, hot.
Hot Earl Grey. Yeah, hot
Yeah,
Earl Grey is nice. And Lady Grey is nice too.
yeah. Not necessarily because I like the taste, but just because I want to be like Picard.
You want to be like Sir Pat. Sir
This is it.
Patrick Stewart's.
I, only these days, Picard has decaffeinated Earl Grey
Oh, okay.
because he's elderly now.
Don't tell
In
me
the
that. Don't tell me that. I cannot lose him or Ian McKellen or Lady Dench or Helen Mirren or I can't lose any of those folks. Cannot do it. They're immortal. Betty White, can't lose her.
She was 99 recently.
I know. Jesus Christ, that woman is a rock.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I love Betty White.
Well, I mean, she's a living legend.
She is a national treasure. Yeah, we love Betty White.
Yeah. If, one more year and she'll be getting a telegram from the Queen.
Will the Queen actually send her a letter? She's not British. She's American.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it. I don't think she qualifies being an American, unfortunately. But if she was British, she would be getting a telegram from the Queen.
Wow, it's hard to believe that Betty White is older than the Queen.
I know.
That seems weird.
But here we are. But
I think it's because the Queen is so hoity-toity posh, and Betty White, you know, at the roast of William Shatner was making sex jokes. So it's like, okay, maybe that's it.
Yeah, she's younger in spirit than our Queen. Definitely.
Yes, she is. I have to say, I have indulged. I've indulged in The Crown. I'm not really a royalist, but that show's been a hoot.
Yes, I frigging love The Crown.
Lady Margaret, she's great. Frickin' Charles is an asshole.
Yeah, well, yes.
And, what about me? That's all I got all the time. What about me? Why is Diana getting all the attention? Because she's better looking than you, and she's not a giant douche canoe.
Yes, I love that name, douche canoe. I'm going to start using that insult more often, I think.
Oh my God, Charles is like a high end uppity douche canoe. It's like,
yeah. Good. Because she was getting more attention than him.
Yes, how dare she?
But he was carrying on with Camilla all the time. There were 3 people in that marriage, so Diana famously said. Oh, we've got Hans P.S. and Hansen.
What's up?
I come in and the first thing I hear is the word weird, and you guys are talking about me. And sorry, are you guys talking about me? Well, I guess your ears must be burning.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty weird, so it's okay. You're in good company.
Yeah.
I really am weird. I think I'm freaking weird, guys. I have a golden turd on my desk right now.
Sweet.
I know, right? It's technically a bank, but I actually bought this because Hannibal and Monty on their show, they have the Golden Turd Awards next week. And they asked me to I'm supposed to accept an award. So I did a little video. I did 2 videos for that. So check that out. Hannibal and Monty's shit show next Wednesday. The Golden Turd Awards.
Nice plug.
I know. I actually voiced one of their characters, Little Shit.
Okay. It kind of reminds me of the New Musical Express magazine Golden Middle Finger Awards that they used to do.
That's cool.
That they used to award to the most the most ghastly pop acts of that year.
Oh man.
I don't know if they still do it or not, but anyhow, they used to do it every year when I used to read their periodical on a regular basis back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, I guess we should talk about the top story: Biden's inauguration.
Yes. Biden is our president now. I've actually started sleeping again. So I had a great night of sleep the night before the inauguration. Slept great last night. I don't know what it is. It feels like, oh, hey, I can sleep now. And I know we have a lot of work left to do. I realize we have a white terrorism problem. Clearly, we've always had that. But now it's been brought to the forefront. So we're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. But certainly Twitter feels a lot more peaceful.
Oh God, yes. No more fake news. They stole the election. God, my God. I was in a side chat or on a side chat today on Facebook with a local news thing, like talking about Nancy Pelosi. She was doing her address today, and people were like, they stole the election, and what about the 20,000 jobs that were killed from Biden's executive order to stop the pipeline? And I'm sitting here, I'm like, none of y'all worried about the millions of Americans who are currently unemployed from this mismanaged pandemic, or the 400,000 people that are dead now, or the people who are permanently disabled because they got the coronavirus and probably can't work now. Fantastic. How about we get mad at Joe Biden over 20,000 hypothetical jobs that, weren't actual jobs yet? Let's get mad about that. And I was just like, oh my God. And this woman pops in and she says, that's going to affect you. I'm like, okay, so this one thing, this one pipeline is going to personally affect me. Maybe might hike up the cost of my gas, but why are you worried about these 20,000 imaginary jobs when we really do need to focus on renewable energy? And she sits there and she goes, you need to educate yourself. You need to go and get educated. I'm like, bitch, please. I just went through. I'm like, I am educated. Don't make these assumptions about me. My perspective is very well researched. Here's all of my whatevers. And she's like, you shouldn't really boast about your education. I'm a doctor too. And I went and looked at her profile. She's a freaking school counselor. Not knocking school counselors, but at a Zion Christian school. So I'm like, okay, this explains a lot
Right.
now. So why don't you take your school counselor education and consider that other people might know a bit more than you think they do?
Yeah.
And by the way, and she's like, you have a blessed day. And I said, well, bless your heart too, which is Southern for F off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or
Yeah.
F you. Bless your heart. I'm going to pray for you too. Oh my God. It's like for real. If somebody tells you bless your heart, oh, you're so sweet, bless your heart. That's they're giving you the middle finger.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're flipping you off, man. That's what they do in the South. That's their way of being a see you next Tuesday. They're like,
yeah,
bless
exactly.
your heart.
But there's an image that I want to share with you that that I think summed up the difference between when Trump was president and now. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. That's Nick Cage.
What in the heck is that? He's got wasps around his face. First it's bees and now it's wasps.
Well, I think what the image is trying to show is the contrast. You know, the first thing, you know, there's the first image is Nick Cage in the remake of the remake of that classic horror film, the name of which temporarily escapes me.
Is it The Wicker Man?
Yeah, The Wicker Man. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And then he's in Con Air in the other one.
Yeah, and there's loads of bees surrounding his face in the first one. There's only just a few mosquitoes and a breath of some
fresh air. Yeah,
some fresh air around it, blowing his face.
I think those are wasps. I don't know. I don't think those are mosquitoes, are they? I think those are wasps.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah, but anyway, I think that's what he's trying to get across. Anything.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we still have problems. It's not so constrained on our faces, I guess. I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Instead of constantly being stung in the face, we have a reduced risk of that.
And I've noticed a lot of right wing, a lot of right wing evangelical types are complaining that they've lost thousands of followers. Well, that's because your followers were neo-Nazis.
And they were probably Russian bots. So
who were inciting hatred and violence.
Yes.
And so they got banned. So no wonder you've lost most of your followers.
Oh my gosh. People are so stupid. It's like they keep saying this is infringing on my free speech rights. No, it's a company.
Yeah.
It's not a government building, It's not. You can say whatever you want. If you can't tweet it, go outside and say it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I see how far that gets you.
Yeah, that's fine. Get your own website and post your nastiness there. But, at the same time, you're going to have somebody host your website. And GoDaddy is not the place to go for that because they don't do the neo-Nazi stuff. So you're going to have to host your own website, get your own server. You can do it then. Nobody's going to stop you. You might get put on an FBI watch list, but, hey, I'm on one. They haven't called me yet, but then again, I'm not a horrible human, so.
Yeah, but Mr. Greg Loke was saying, I've lost 1,000 followers. Oh, I've lost another 1,000 followers. No, I've lost 3,000 followers, 5,000. It, it was hilarious.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
And people are saying this is so Orwellian. This is 1984.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
It is not.
No. But anyway, I feel that we're going off on a bit of a tangent.
We probably are. But that's okay. We're on the sofa.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's all good in the hood. And Purple is saying, greetings, sentient beings.
Hello. I have to ask you, what is your sofa made of? Is it black leather, or is it like pleather, or is it like soft? Is it upholstered?
Well, it's I'll tell you what, the original black sofa that I started off with, veterans of my channel will know that I started off, actually sitting on a black sofa. For my videos, my vlogs were filmed, from a literal black sofa, and it was actually leather.
Oh, okay. So here's a rule for black sofas, leather sofa. If it's summertime, do not sit in like short shorts because your legs might stick to the sofa.
Yeah.
And then you get all sweaty and nobody wants to clean that.
No, they do not.
No.
But now I've got I'm divorced, and I'm living in a flat by myself for the most part. I mean, I'll get to see my two girls, over the weekend.
That's cool.
But anyway, I've got this new. Well, I say new to me.
I thought you said nude. I'm like, oh, it's a naked party at Black Sofa's house. I've got this nude here.
In my dreams, but my damp dreams. But no, I saved this sofa. Yeah, a friend of a friend was, he was about to throw it it was about to throw it in a dumpster, basically. And he said, look, I'm about to throw this sofa away. You can have it for free if you move it yourself. So I paid a couple of guys with a van to move it for about £50, and it's all right. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking too much about this sofa now.
It's okay. It's but it's nice to get a little bit of history on the black sofa.
Yeah. That's how the channel started. It was not an atheist channel to begin with.
Okay.
It was, I was having a kind of mental health crisis, and I wanted to vlog about it. And I was literally just ranting, everything that was on my mind.
Well, that's okay.
And I said at the beginning of each video, I think I said something along the lines of, welcome back to the black sofa. Join me on the black sofa. Let's talk this out, kind of thing. And I became known as Black Sofa, and it just grew from there. Anyway, Robert X is saying he used to be a black bar stool.
And then you upgraded to a black sofa. That's good.
And so anyway,
I used to sit on a couch or a sofa or a love seat or whatever and hold up pieces of paper and stream from my phone a few years ago. So, and then I did this.
Yeah.
And this looks better. Yeah, I know. My
I
dog keeps knocking over my vinyl pop figures.
You know what? This flat that I'm in now. When I first got the keys to this place, it was an empty shell, and it had this tiny room. And I was going to make it into a kind of little studio. Ah, sir, Purple's joining us.
Oh, okay.
Hello, hello, Purple.
Hello.
Purple is the new orange.
The new what?
Purple is the new orange.
The new orange, right?
Yeah, it's like orange is the new black. Well, purple is the new orange.
Yes. And how are you? How are you, Purple? You okay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks for joining us. I was just doing a bit of story time.
Yeah, you kept saying you were off topic, but I've yet to figure out what your topic originally was.
We were talking about the USA. USA.
Yeah. But anyway, I was just where was I?
You're
flat,
yeah. Turning into a studio space.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, this tiny room. I was going to use it as a kind of little studio, but my eldest daughter, he said, "Can I have it as a bedroom?" And I said to her, "Are you sure? It's tiny." And she said, "Yeah, I just want my own bedroom." So it's. I said, "Okay, fine. Have at it." Anyway, so she's got her own little bedroom now. She's chuffed. She's just chuffed to have her own space.
Cool. Yeah, well, especially for teenagers, that's very important.
Yeah,
to have their own territory.
Yeah. She is actually turning 13 this year, which is scary for me.
Wow. 13.
Yes.
Then you're going to have to worry about A levels in a few years.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
GCSEs and all that.
That's right. Yeah. It's good to hear that you're au fait with our education system.
I considered moving there and teaching science.
Oh, right. Okay.
I could probably still do that. But I'm pretty happy with my job right now. But that's always an option. I could probably run a science department at one of the schools. I could technically teach A levels and for biology and chemistry.
Yeah. Well, why not? Anyway, but news. Oh yeah. But what about Biden's executive orders?
Okay. Yes. So far he's overturning a lot of the crap. The Muslim ban is gone. We've gotten rid of that stupid pipeline. We've got the trans are allowed back in the military again. It's like going through and undoing a lot of the crap that Trump did.
Technically redoing a lot of the stuff Obama did that Trump undid.
Yes, pretty much. He's like, yeah, it's like redo. He's hitting the redo button.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. Did you see the night before the inauguration, the military band was outside, I think the Capitol building, playing Hit the Road, Jack. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back? No. Oh, that was so awesome.
I didn't get what song they were playing. That's good. Yeah.
People, it's like Trump seriously thought that the military was required to defend him. And they're not. They defend the Constitution, not a person. And so if there's any unlawful orders, they are required by law not to do them.
Yes.
But still, they had to clear all the National Guardsmen just in case there were people who were willing to break the law in the National Guard when they were using them to help protect the Capitol building during the inauguration. I was so worried something was going to happen. I'm like, my God.
Yeah. After the thing on the 6th, that some of the security guards were letting them in.
They were told to. That it's come out that they were told to let them in. And that the Capitol Police, they had pulled back the amount of people that they would normally use. They were told to not have as many people reinforce the Capitol that day. Panic buttons were pulled out of the Capitol a few days prior to it.
Oh, I didn't hear about them pulling the panic buttons out. I mean, it was pretty obvious that they were understaffed for expecting a protest.
Right. The whole protest was actually funded by Donald Trump. He paid for that. There's other supporters had paid for buses to bring in people in. And I think they're investigating different Congress members who might have funded over some cash to bring in some of those people. And Ted Cruz is stupid. Oh my God, that man is so stupid. Did you see what he tweeted?
Showing that a couple members of Congress had been giving these people guided tours of the building a couple of days before.
Right. And they were figuring out where everybody was. And when they show up with freaking zip ties, oh no, everybody carries zip ties. Like Ben Shapiro is like, everybody carries zip ties. That's a normal thing. Not the handcuff type, unless you're a person of a specific persuasion and your job is associated with that, or like a cop. But nobody does that unless you are planning on using it on people.
Yeah.
Nobody goes, hey, let me go and get some cords together at the Capitol with my zip ties, just in case the cords are messy.
Yeah.
Who does that? Nobody.
No one in the right mind.
No. I saw somebody tweeted to Ben Shapiro. It was like, look, I normally don't go there, but Ben, not everybody carries zip ties to zip tie you to the chair while their fitness instructor screws your wife. So, I mean, maybe that happens in your land, but that's not what everybody else does.
Yeah, exactly. But,
well, I mean, I might carry them if I was going to a friend's house and knew they were into that, but...
Yes, maybe. Yeah, but you just don't go to the Capitol building with a bunch of zip ties going, hey, I'm going to zip tie my girlfriend to something and have sex with her. No, that doesn't work. There's no scenario where that's going to come out to where I'm just going to zip tie tree branches together. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, especially when he's like, up in full tactical gear, it's like you've got to believe that he brought these for a reason.
Yes.
Exactly. But anyway, Biden. We've lost Purple. That's
Purple
weird.
meowed and disappeared.
Oh well, I'm sure he'll come back. Anyway, but he's rejoining who?
Yes.
He's rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement.
Yes. Did you see what Ted Cruz said about the Paris Climate Agreement? Probably the dumbest thing I've read all day. He said, we joined the Paris Climate Agreement, and we're rejoining it. Essentially, he's saying we're rejoining it because, hold on. Let me pull this up. I can't do the stupidity so well unless I just absolutely. Okay. He says, by rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, President Biden indicates he's more interested in the views of the citizens of Paris than in the jobs of the citizens of Pittsburgh. This argument will do little to affect the climate and will harm the livelihood of Americans. It's called the Paris Agreement because it was signed in Paris. I mean,
he's not a smart man.
I think he knows that, but he's playing to the propaganda mill. And
he's dog whistling, basically.
Yes. And the Geneva Convention, that's only in the interest of people in Geneva. Not everybody else. We're only looking out for the people in Geneva with the Geneva Convention.
Yeah. Oh dear. But I think one of our political pundits, Ash Sarkar, I think she summed it up quite well with this tweet here that I'll just share quickly.
Okay.
She says, Keystone Pipeline axed, student loan payments frozen, Muslim ban reversed, Paris Climate Agreement rejoined, British turf piss boiled.
Oh, goodness. Everybody's so mad. You mad, bro? You mad? Why are you mad?
Well, that should make the MAGA people happy because they're never happy if they don't have something to be bitching about.
For real. I've been yelling at MAGA people all day in side chats of live streams on Facebook. It's been great. Y'all are just, they're just yelling. You remember when the Democrats burned stuff? I'm like, when was that? Oh, yeah. I'm like, are we talking about the 6th when that was all a bunch of Proud Boy people and white supremacists and storming the Capitol? Oh, no. I'm talking about before. Oh, you mean all of those burning down buildings during those Black Lives Matter protests? Those were white supremacists too. Oh, sure there were. I'm like, here's like 9,000 links of all of the different FBI reports and the cop report. Literal cops are saying, this is a white supremacist group. And some cops were busting out windows and they had on their freaking badges. So white supremacist groups were burning your cities, dummies.
Yeah, somebody on Fox News tried to claim the QAnon shaman was Antifa.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
It's like, did we make a mistake misidentifying this guy, or did you never read his blog posts?
That's just a cover. He's secretly Antifa with his super secret conspiracies.
Yeah, well, he's been like deep undercover for the last 5 years then.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But probably the biggest change that President Biden has made is that he has removed the Diet Coke button.
There was a Diet Coke button?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Diet Coke button.
Well, yeah. Apparently, Donald Trump had a red button on his desk that every time he pressed it, a lackey would come in with a can of Diet Coke.
Oh my God.
For him.
Okay, all I gotta say is at least that is what the red button did. Yeah. And not something worse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That is according to one of our journalists, Tom Newton Dunn. See if I can bring up here we go. See if I can share this.
I had forgotten about that, but yeah, I remember mention of the Coke button there from a couple of years ago.
That's okay.
Yeah, Tom Newton Dunn. President Biden has removed the Diet Coke button. When Shippers Unbound and I interviewed Donald Trump in 2019, we became fascinated by what the little red button did. Eventually, Trump pressed it, and a butler swiftly brought in a Diet Coke on a silver platter. It's gone now. So that's another sweeping change that.
So this makes me wonder if there was somebody whose job was just to stand there all day waiting to see if that light came on.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Exactly. He had Donald Trump has a thing about Diet Coke apparently.
Well, yeah, because if you have a Diet Coke with a Big Mac, they cancel each other out and there's no calories.
That's what that is. I figured a McDonald's button would probably be better for him, more to what he wants. I mean, I drink an occasional caffeine-free Diet Coke, maybe one a day or something. But if he's tossing them back, like, can you imagine? He probably tosses them back like all the time.
Can you imagine the White House staff, the White House kitchen staff now are like, yes, we can make real food again.
Yes.
We don't have to call Arby's or McDonald's or Taco Bell.
But how many times must he have needed to go to the toilets? Drinking all that Diet Coke.
Oh my God. And then can you imagine having to clean his bathroom?
Oh dear. Yeah.
With his diet?
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't.
I kind of want to puke a little bit.
Yeah.
The smell.
Yeah. But now the Diet Coke button's gone. And
God, the Diet Coke button. I'm not surprised. I mean, when they had the NFL, not the NFL, was it the Super Bowl? I can't remember either. It was basketball or Super Bowl. He invited the players to the White House and he gave them McDonald's for dinner. And I'm like,
to me, that seemed like some kind of really cruel joke. To be invited to dinner at the White House and be served something you can get on any street corner.
but you're there for him.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter about the food. You're there in the presence of the Donald. He's so gross.
Yeah.
I mean, just
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he thinks he is Jesus. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, he probably does think that.
Yeah, well, that's one big thing with Biden in office. At least I don't have to be constantly embarrassed about being American.
Yeah.
True.
But in all seriousness, another big thing that he's done is that he, with a stroke of a pen, he's stopped all the funding for the wall.
Yep.
That's gone now.
It's like, we don't need it.
Yeah, and hardly any wall got built anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So who pocketed all the money that had been allocated for it?
What's really funny, did you guys, I have been laughing. Okay, there's several things that have been making me laugh about this whole thing for the past week. First of all, I had insomnia the other night, and I'm like, I can't sleep. So I spent the evening watching videos of people getting pulled off of planes who have been put on the no-fly list for storming the Capitol.
Yeah.
That gave me life.
I think I'm a terrorist now.
And then somebody's like, you're treating me like a black person.
I saw that one.
I'm like, that's the point of Black Lives Matter. Do you get it now? Do you get it? Probably
they
not.
don't.
There was that. And then the fact that Trump pardoned Steve Bannon, who stole money from all of the Trump supporters, because it was supposed to go to funding for like the campaign, and Steve Bannon kept the freaking money. So he pardoned them. And then the Proud Boys and the QAnon people are all upset that Trump didn't pardon them because they were like, we did what you told us to do. And so now they're all upset because they got played by Trump.
Yeah, but they didn't send him enough money. His last day in office, he wrote 140 pardons.
Oh, dear
he
Lord.
pardoned Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I have to wonder before this, what's the most pardons any president had ever written?
I wonder, yeah.
Because I can't believe there's any other president who wrote more than 100 pardons in his entire term.
But he didn't pardon Joe Exotic.
No, he didn't. You would think he would, because that's like his demographic, man.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, but they just didn't have enough money. They didn't have any use to him anymore.
He had a limo waiting for him, apparently.
Oh, God.
He was expecting to be released, but no, it didn't happen We've lost Purple again. He must
Purple's
have a
jumping
problem
in and
with his
out.
connection.
It's all right.
Yeah. But
gosh.
yeah. So yeah, Biden is he's undoing all of Trump's shit basically.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to get my new computer together because I don't know what's with this old one. There's something flaky with the USB stuff. So now it is randomly deciding that the microphone is unplugged.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm trying to be a grown-up guy, so I have like a to-do list of stuff that I got like a tear-off pad because working from home is just it's a privilege, but it's also very difficult because there's no leaving work. And it's like, so that's been the biggest struggle, I think, with this whole self-isolation pandemic stuff is like, I know I like this room, but I don't like being in it all day.
Yeah. Yeah. You get cabin fever, don't you, after a while?
See, that's why I rented a cabin out in the Smoky Mountains so I could like get a separate venue to continue to work from home, and come to find out that the county that I went to is the second highest rate of COVID-19 infection in the country. And I'm like, fantastic. But that was the beginning of December. I don't have any symptoms, so I think I'm fine. I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
Goodness.
Cool. And apparently, if I can look at my notes here. Oh yeah. In the week since Twitter has banned Trump, online election fraud misinformation has plunged by 73%.
Yes.
And that's according to research done by Signal Labs.
I believe it. I absolutely believe that. People are ridiculous, and he was a perpetuator of a lot of the misinformation, and then people would just spread that, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we need to spread this around," and we're like, "No, you don't need to do that." I don't know why he was allowed to do that for so long.
Yeah.
Well, he's a government official. Well, who cares? Who cares?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people didn't know how to deal with it because we'd never had anyone in that high a position who pulled the shit like that.
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And of course, even like when Twitter tried to block a few things, immediately they got accused of censorship.
Yeah. I mean, but after we learned how election was tampered with from misinformation from Facebook, you would think that they would go, okay, wait, we need to do something about this. But, money is important. That's why YouTube kept the grifters around. That's why Facebook kept the grifters around. It was all about getting them some money.
Well, yeah, because controversy drove traffic to their sites. So that's more advertising money.
That's right. What I find interesting is that the NRA would be monetized for a lot of their stuff. But if I talked about gun statistics in the US on an educational channel, they would demonetize me.
Yeah.
Every single time. And, the anti-abortion people, they get monetized. I talk about reproductive rights with a lawyer and an OBGYN, demonetized every single time. So it's weird. It's weird. But it's nice to see Tim Pool and lots of people like that getting their election fraud videos striked off of the YouTube.
Yeah.
That was nice to see.
And Amiga Nuts says, But wasn't there also a report that Donny was one of approximately 70,000 accounts that were also banned? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think you're right, Amiga Nuts. I think, yeah, at the same time that Donald was banned, I think a lot of his disciples were banned as well.
I'm not sad about that. And it's great that the idiots on Parler and posted all of their plans.
Yes.
And, you know, I've been passing a meme around going, "Hey guys, Parler's back. Look. You can delete the
I
app
saw
and
that,
find it." People are like, "Why are you posting this, Mel?" I'm like, "Shh.
Yeah.
Don't get the joke."
Yeah, I saw some of that, yeah.
Well, and somebody had done a troll. They were sending this thing out around Twitter, you know, saying that Trump was going to give pardons and people just had to send their personal information and what crimes they thought they need to be pardoned for. And the guy was apparently turning all that information over to the FBI. Because apparently some of the idiots at the Capitol riot were sending him all their personal information.
Yeah. Yeah. These people are not the sharpest tools in the box. Let's face it.
No, we in the US we have a problem with critical thinking. I talked about this when I did conspiracy theorists last weekend on my channel when I talked about that. They find that people who fall for fake news tend to have a real problem with critical thinking. They don't deliberate that information. They just go on their feels rather than just sitting and thinking about it. And people who think about it and they go and they check the sources, they tend to not fall for these types of really bad. I mean, they're just really bad takes. And it's obvious that they're bad takes to anybody with half a brain or thinks about it. But, you know, hey.
Amiga Nuts is making a valid point there in the side chat. That they had deleted about 70,000 or banned 70,000 accounts. So it wasn't just that Trump wasn't posting. It was they did quelch basically all the people who were responsible with in any way organizing the riots and pretty much most of their followers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't just that Trump was gone, that there was less disinformation. It was just a lot of the people who were behind these movements.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I'm sorry. I keep getting on my phone because I have groceries that are going to be delivered. And they text me and have to do like, they don't have this. Can I substitute this? And then I have to respond. I like it when they tell me like they don't have something because sometimes they just substitute something anyway without asking. I'm like, I totally am not going to eat this. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. On some things, substituting a generic for the brand name is okay. On some products, definitely not.
It's like if I want a sugar-free thing and you give me the full sugar one, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to drink it. I want the
God, I can't believe they're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For people on diets, that would be horrible.
I'm trying. I am trying purple. I'm trying so hard. And it's like I have gained the quarantine 30. I think it's quarantine 30 now. I refuse to get on the scale because I'm scared. But you know, it's like I've started charging my Fitbit again. I'm gonna go do some weights today. I turned half of my kitchen into a gym and it's been sitting there. And I've just not had the mental energy to just do it because of all of the horribleness that's happened over the past month with my family getting COVID. My sister is a long hauler and she's really sick. I mean, she's not like gonna die, but it's like she thought she was over Christmas. My mom and my stepdad have it now. They're elderly. They got antibody treatments. And my mom just had her first shot for vaccine. And then she contracted it shortly after that. It was not related to the vaccine, guys. But it's just, I just hadn't had the mental energy or the emotional energy to do that with everything else and having to check on my family and having to check on, and now I'm working again, which is nice, but it's just, it's like a real mental health thing. And so now I'm like, okay, so I've been cooped up inside this house since March, probably gained 30 pounds. So I need to lose that. And I'm like, so I still have my salad that I haven't finished eating yet, but I'm monitoring when I'm eating, cutting back on the alcohol. I'm like trying to work in at least 3 days of exercise, starting out small. Then I'm going to crank it up again. I can get back to where I was cosplaying as like superheroes. I'm going to get back to that. But at least the expansion is in all of the places that it should be. I'm expanding upstairs and downstairs in the back, but it's my clothes are a little snug right now. So I need to,
So go naked. You're not leaving the house anyway.
I don't wear underwear anymore. I just don't.
Who said anything about underwear?
It is amazing how ugly I'm willing to look when I leave this house now.
Hey, if you got on camera with just your hair strategically placed, you would get a lot of ratings.
Somebody asked me if I would do an OnlyFans or I would just do naked science. I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that. I'm a chunky chunker girl now. I mean, I got some junk in the trunk. So it's like my bra size is, I don't want to talk about my bra size, but it's like I got some junk in the trunk. I got some stuff upstairs. Yeah. It's just like I got a belly going on now. I'm like,
so some people like that.
Yeah, some cushion for the pushing is what I'm told.
I certainly do.
Yeah, I'm a fit girl. I'm a fit girl now. So I'm trying to get back down to where I was. I used to wear like a small medium. I was a size 8 and now I'm probably a 12, 14. And I'm like, don't want to bring it back down. I'm now like the average American woman when I used to be like a size 8, 10. I have dresses that are a size 6. I can't wear some of my clothes anymore. So I probably need to lose about 4 dress sizes, which is about 30 pounds, something like that.
I was going to say that despite what especially the media pitches, but even what they consider overweight is kind of ridiculous. Because what they teach for women is like a size 6, 8, and the average woman in the U.S. is actually a 12, 14.
Yeah, I mean, they are. And it's funny. When I would when I was a size 8, that was considered a plus size model.
Yeah.
A size 8, 10 is a plus size model.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
It's not plus size. It's called adult.
Yes. Plus size, I think, is like 16, 18. And
yeah. Basically, if you don't look like a 15-year-old, they say you're plus size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird. And I've been on the plus size side before, but that's the thing. I've been on both ends of the eating disorder spectrum, where I've been like binge and anorexia kind of level, and I've also been on the other side where I would eat my feelings. So it's like I'm moving towards the eat my feelings side. I'm like, okay, I got to rein that in a bit. I don't need to go full on anorexia stuff. So I have to modify things to where it doesn't get out of control. So,
well, the important thing is that you stay healthy,
right? And
the weight itself isn't such an issue as much as you have to have a reasonable activity level so you keep everything moving like it should.
Right, and that's something I haven't been doing because I'm used to walking, or because when I was like teaching at the college, I would be walking around. I never just sit at a desk. I would walk the classroom, the lecture hall, whatever, interact with students. I'd be going up and down the stairs. So I was constantly active.
Yeah.
Since March, that has not been happening. So
well, that's the same with me. That I do home repairs. It's usually very physical work, and especially in the summer, I was usually out building decks and fences. I was like, no, none of that this summer. Had to switch to everything that I could make money with online.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put on some weight too, just because I wasn't carrying 50 pounds of tools around every day.
Right. So I'm gonna be diving into my half gym / kitchen here this evening and hit some weights.
Anyways, back to the news.
Oh, sorry. We have hijacked your show again.
Just a bit, but anyway, on this side of the Atlantic, I'm afraid I've got to talk about Brexit, because basically, our fishermen are not happy. They are not happy with Boris
But they're
Johnson.
British fish, though.
Yes.
Yeah, the problem is the remaining British fish. They can't sell them to the Europeans anymore.
About 3 days ago, British fishing delivery people, fishing firms held London protest over the disruption, because anyway, I'll share the article with you. I think that's going to be the easiest thing. So if I share, so Brexit, fishing firms hold London protest over disruption, and there's a picture there, one of the lorries that they, and where it's incompetent government destroying shellfish industry.
Right.
It says demonstrations took place outside government departments in central London by exporters who are warning their livelihoods are under threat. Exports of fresh fish and seafood have been severely disrupted by new border controls since the UK's transition period ended earlier this month. And that's of course our government is denying that this has got anything to do with Brexit. And Boris Johnson said the other day it's the fault of people who are filling in the wrong forms. But the good news is at least our fish are happy.
At least they're British. They've separated from the EU. They should know it's good for them.
Yeah. Jacob Rees-Mogg. Are you guys familiar with Jacob Rees-Mogg?
Yes. He's icky.
Yeah. He's one of our posher politicians. He actually said this. He actually said this in the House of Commons. He said, our fish are better and happier because they are now British.
Yeah.
Somehow I don't think the fish really care.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like, that's just a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, again, playing to the propaganda mill of the people who are like, Brexit, yes, woohoo! They're British fish now. They should love that. And you're like, what is going on?
And someone, let's see if I can share this meme that someone shared.
Hey, girl.
This is the one. Yeah. I don't know if you can you
Fish swimming in the UK waters automatically become British. People swimming in UK waters automatically become British. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't let the Greeks hear about that.
Oh no. Oh no.
So that tickled my fancy when I saw that meme. I thought I had to. I thought I just had to share it with you guys.
That's funny.
Oh, Gur, you don't know Scientist Mel?
Oh, hello, Gurmania. How you doing?
Hello, welcome again to the show.
It's just us weirdos here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, you do need to check out Mel's channel.
Well, thank you.
She puts out some interesting and very entertaining science content.
I appreciate that.
And we've got time for. I've got two and finally stories for you guys.
Okay.
The first one. Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle reportedly exploded, starting an inferno in a woman's living room.
You know, I've always wondered if she had a burning crotch. And I suppose this is confirmation of that. Yeah. If her candles.
Or you could say she's got a burning thatch.
Yes. Yes.
Well, it's a burning bush.
It is a burning bush. Can people talk to it, though? Like Moses. Does God speak
Well, there was the vagina monologues.
Yes, there was the vagina monologues, but I don't know if that's the same thing. You know, is Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina a way for God to communicate with the rest of us?
She would like to think so. I'm sure.
Possibly. And what would it say?
Oh, God. Oh.
It would be kind of extra freaky if it had a masculine voice.
It would be. And would it sound like what's his name from Coldplay? Or would it sound like Tony Stark? Would it be like more of a movie person? Like movie masculine thing? Or would it be like one of her former lovers? Wasn't she with Brad Pitt for a while? What if it spoke like Brad Pitt?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Well, for me, the default is still, who was it that did the voice of God in the Charlton Heston 10 Commandments?
Oh. Okay.
That's the voice I hear anytime you say voice of God.
Oh, yeah. I think of Morgan Freeman.
Yes, I was going to say Morgan Freeman, yes.
Morgan Freeman is God's voice in my head. So Morgan Freeman talking through Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina sounds like that not something I would ever want to watch.
No. Now I gotta scrub my eardrums and eyebrows and eyeballs.
Although that would be awesome if Morgan Freeman was narrating Gwyneth Paltrow and calling her out on her trash as she's walking around, and it was like a loudspeaker from her panties. That would be so funny.
But
I might watch that if she was walking down the street and random Morgan Freeman voice came out from her downstairs and was talking about how trash her website is. That would be great. Don't buy things from this woman. It will not heal your autism. She had a thing on, no, it wasn't autism. It was autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
And then she had to retract a lot of stuff because she was getting in trouble over that. But my God, I would watch that.
And probably pretty crowded in here with all these jade eggs.
But the article reads: Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina-scented candle wrought havoc on the life of one British woman when her little bit of mood lighting turned into a roaring blaze.
Gwyneth Paltrow's exploding vagina candles.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know, and that is so fair with what she paid for a Gwyneth Paltrow candle, because you can get the same effect with one from the Dollar Tree.
Oh my God. Why would you want to know what her vagina smells like? I don't understand that. I mean, there's probably a niche for that.
Yeah. Well,
I had assumed it was mostly guys with a fetish, but
I mean,
somebody's talking about Nina in the side chat. Here's little Neen. There she goes. Whoops, sorry, Neen. Do you have anything to add about Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina? No.
But I wonder, what's going to happen? What are we going to have next? Are we going to have a candle that smells like John Travolta's balls?
Or Alec Baldwin's sweaty balls. If you've ever seen that sketch from Saturday Night Live, sweaty balls to put in your mouth. Salty. Here's my salty, sweaty balls.
It does not bear thinking about. And moving on to the final and finally story I've got for you. This is the last story of tonight's show. Let's get rid of that. Okay, John Lewis delivery man caught on camera urinating against van by horrified woman.
Oh my goodness.
Jenny Anderson, 60, had pulled over into a lay-by and was ordering medical supplies for her horse when the incident took place in Devon on Wednesday. And there's a picture that she took.
Okay, so she took a picture of somebody peeing. Who's creepier?
Yeah.
So...
But, and if he's out in the country, if there isn't a gas station or something for him to stop at, I don't see that as it being that big a deal.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. If you're, a long haulage, a long distance, haulage, lorry driver, sometimes, but you can be miles and miles and miles before you get to a service station.
Yeah.
And when you've got to go, you've got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and especially you can't hold it in very well if you're driving down a bumpy road.
I think my dog needs to go potty. She's screaming at me.
Yeah, Gary, you'll have to rewatch the stream earlier because he covered the black sofa in the beginning.
Here, I'm gonna let you know.
Germain is also. I've always wondered how I would react to running into a celebrity, specifically one that I really, really like. Would I play it cool and ask for a selfie, or just say hello?
Yeah.
Oh, if it was somebody I really liked, I'd get a selfie.
I've run into a couple of celebrities. One was Will Wheaton when I was very young. He was doing a mall tour, and I freaked out. I had my picture made, and I forgot my name. But I was a kid, and I was a Wesley crusher. I was crushing on him pretty hard. And then, as an adult, I got to hang out with Kevin Smith. I always promised myself if I ever met a celebrity again, I would never freak out like that. And I made that promise, and I never have. So anytime I would run into a celebrity, I would just chill and be like, hey, I really like your work, and it was like, it's brought me a lot of joy. I'm just letting you know. So I really appreciate what you do. And I play it cool each time because I freaked out so hard around Will Wheaton that I embarrassed myself for eternity. So I'm like, so yeah.
The closest I've come to meeting a celebrity, I was in London with a friend of mine, and well, I say celebrity, it's kind of a minor celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
There's this soap opera called EastEnders. I don't know.
Yep, that was popular here.
I'm familiar with EastEnders.
And there was, back, quite a few years ago now, and there was a character called Nigel, and we saw him in a record store, carrying his little girl on his shoulders. And my friend said, we should get an autograph. And I said, no, leave him alone. He's shopping. He's out shopping with his little girl. He doesn't want to be bothered. Just leave him. And so we did. We left him alone. But, so that's the closest I've come to meeting someone.
Yeah, I think if he was out alone, I might have asked him. If he was there with his kid, yeah, you should leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. That.
Just let him do the normal family things with his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that. Although I still kind of wish I had hung out after the 9 Inch Nails concert I went to a few years ago just to touch Trent Reznor. I would have liked that. And then I did meet Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was really nice. And that was pretty cool. I had him sign my first edition Carl Sagan book, Cosmos, which was, I was the only person who brought one of those. Everybody else brought Neil's books. And, I get it. It's Neil. But I'm like, could you sign Carl Sagan's book for me? And he was like, wow. Oh, my God. And it was like a first edition Carl Sagan hardback Cosmos. And he wrote Channeling Carl, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and like 2 Mel Channeling Carl. And he spelt channeling wrong. Here's a PhD, can't spell channeling.
All right.
Well, for pictures, I only have celebrities in our community.
That's okay.
When I went down to the ARC protest, I got a picture with Aaron Ra.
Oh, that's cool. He's been on my channel. He's really nice.
I got a picture with Cy Strike, but he hadn't done a face reveal at that point, so he's holding the oven mitt over his face. Cy
Strike was really cool. He offered to bring me a camera when I went to the NASA social a couple of years ago. He was like, he wasn't far from where I was, about an hour or so away. He offered to bring me a video camera if I wanted to film the launch, and it was a night launch. It was freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Cy was good people.
Yeah, I did get to. I took my stepdaughter to a Weird Al conference. And we actually, after the conference, there was like a promoter from the radio station standing, by one of the gates there, and we went to see what was going on, and he waved us through because he said that she looked like she was related to him because she had the curly hair that frizzed out at the slightest sign of moisture.
They had a Weird Al conference.
Yeah, we got to go in Dale's trailer and actually meet him. So I've got a signed copy of Bad Hair Day.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Anyway, on that bombshell, as I say at the end of these shows, good night. We've gone way past an hour. Well, 13 minutes past an hour, and it's been awesome.
Yep,
it's been great.
A lot of fun.
Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for having me on the show too.
Well, thanks for coming.
Sorry, I kept popping in and out. I know that was annoying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. These things happen, and if you people, if you're here for the first time and you've enjoyed this and you want to see more, then do subscribe and hit the bell icon and press all the other buttons, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.